Hey guys, how's it going? Um, I finally got my garden tilled in. Now, from one of my previous videos, you guys know that I managed to till it up a couple of times. I brought in a couple of scoops of what my local farm supply calls a super soil. All it is, though, is basically um, a composted type soil amendment. I brought in 2 scoops of that, roughly $52 worth, and I spread that all over my garden. And I was going to till it in and mix it in then, but then it started raining and the ground stayed wet for a long period of time. But it finally uh, dried out enough that I could actually till it in and work it in. I also spread a couple of bags of peat moss on the garden and worked that in when I was working in the rest of the stuff. Once I was done with that, I started planting. Now, I bought a few plants from my local Lowe's, and I did that so I could get a jump start on the garden, on the growing season. And normally I like to try to start my own seeds, but there's certain plants that it's just quicker and easier if I can buy them living potted plants and put them out in the garden. I can get a jump on it. I can get them going faster because I don't really have a greenhouse set up to where I can start seed. And temperature fluctuates so much in my area at this time of the year, it's hard to get seeds started early enough. But anyway, I bought a few plants, and what I've got so far, let me show you here, is right here. I've got some romaine lettuce and I've got some red leaf lettuce. And over here, I've got some candy onions and Georgia sweet onions. Then I've got 4 rows of rattlesnake pole beans. Here I have some tomatoes planted. I've got about 5 tomatoes. 4 of them are the Cherokee purple tomatoes. One is a super sweet 100, the cherry tomatoes. I've got 4 green bell pepper plants. And then I found something, sorry about that. I found something that that I've seen for the past couple of years. I decided to get it and try it. And anybody that knows me knows that I don't like anything really spicy. But I saw this and I figured I would get it and I would try it. This is what's labeled as a jalapeno pepper. Now, it's a pepper that's supposed to have all the flavor of a jalapeno without the heat. And I don't like anything spicy, but I figured that would be an interesting pepper to try out. I've never tried one, so I figured I'd get one and try it. And I've got it planted right down here. Now, obviously, I've got a whole bunch of other space here that I still haven't even used. I'm planning to grow a bunch of other things. I've got some potatoes, some more onions to put out. I want to grow some okra, squash, cucumbers, some sweet potatoes, and a few other things. But I wanted to show you guys all this. And while I was at it, I wanted to cover a little something. It's like when, let me get this. When I buy plants like this, I always try to save the plastic cells and the cups that they come in. These come in handy for they come in handy for starting your own seed, and I want to get into doing that more. Tomato seed takes a little bit of work to get it to where you can dry it and store it for the next year. It's not really complicated, but it takes some attention, and it's just not something I've done yet. But it's something I do want to do, so I've been saving these cups and cells to to try to start my own seeds and my own plants. And the reason for that is that each of these little cups and these 6-pack cells, when you buy them at a store like Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, whatever, they get really expensive after a while. They usually cost like $4 a piece, $3.98, something around there. And you know, 2 or 3 plants, it's not that bad, but when you start buying 15, 20, 30 plants, it adds up really quick. So I highly recommend to anyone. Sorry, I was hearing a car rev up down the road. I highly recommend to anybody that if you're going to do a lot of gardening, uh, in, invest in some seed trays or save the trays that you've been buying from your potted plants, your flowers, or your vegetables, and grow your own from seeds. Start your own seeds and grow your own from that, because it will save you a lot of money in the long run. These buying these live plants gets really, really expensive very, very quickly, and seeds can save you a lot of money. It takes more time, it takes more attention, more space, and more planning and preparation, but it can save you a lot of money. I didn't do that this year, and I'm just trying to get as much of a jump start as I can, so that's why I bought these. But everything else that I'm planning to grow this year will be from seed. All right, something else that I wanted to share with you guys is while I was out here working on my garden, I had a neighbor drive by, and I've seen him drive by several times. I've never spoken to him, but I've seen him drive by several times. He drives a truck that has a sign on the side that says bunnies for sale. Anyway, he saw me out here working in my garden, and he stopped. We got to talking, and he had some rabbit manure. He started talking about he needed to get rid of it, get it. He had been piling it up from where he had been raising his rabbits, and he normally tried to sell it, but he hasn't been able to sell any, so he offered it to me free of charge. Now, I may pay him some for what he brought me, or I may work out a deal later on where I give him some vegetables or something. He offered it to me. I didn't approach him about it. So, but I will work out something. Either I'll pay him, or I'll work up some kind of trade or something. I don't want to just take and not give something back, you know. But I want you guys to see what he brought me. I was thinking, okay, 3 or 4, maybe 5 gallon buckets of manure. No, you guys need to check this out. Holy crap, that's a lot of crap. That is a lot of rabbit manure. It's going to take me a while to unload that. He just dropped his trailer off and left it in my yard. So now I've got the fun of trying to unload all of this. I need to get it unloaded as quick as I can so I can get his trailer back to him. He told me that there was no rush, no hurry on it, but you know, this is the man's trailer, you know, I don't want to hang on to it too long. He did me the favor of giving me all of this. That is a lot. So I've got to unload all that. But man, that's a blessing in disguise right there. That's going to go real good on the garden. It'll add a lot of nutrient to the garden, and it'll also be the start of a very nice compost pile. So I've got to get that unloaded. That's probably going to take me a couple of days the way I've been working. I'm going to start doing some here in a minute, but then I've probably got to work late over the next couple of nights, plus it's going to be raining too. But this just goes to show, you know, I usually try to stay to myself for the most part when it comes to neighbors. I've got some annoying neighbors that I try to avoid at all costs. And then there's this guy that I've never spoken to him before, but he stopped by and he offered it, and that was a really friendly gesture. So I appreciate that, and I want to reciprocate in kind. And sorry about that. I got one of my neighbors fired up some kind of equipment. Um, but yeah, this might be a good opportunity to start building a little bit of community. Um, this, like I said, he breeds and sells rabbits, so it might be something where I can get some rabbits from him at a future date. Maybe put a couple in the freezer. I may not tell him that because I think he sells them as pets. I'm not sure. Be that as it may, I'll look into that and deal with that when the time comes. But this is going to be a real big boost to my garden, and I wanted to share this with you guys. That is a whole lot of nutrients. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, and share the tips with you and give you a quick update on my garden. Uh, I'll try to get some more videos out as soon as I can. I've got a lot more work I want to do around here, particularly with my fruit trees. With this garden, there's a lot of work to do with that as well. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, share it if you found anything useful in it that you think other people might find useful. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and do that. That always helps. And just take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of your families, watch your six, and I'll catch you guys later.